Standards for Herbs in Ayurveda Section Committee, New Delhi. Also, sir has been a coordinator for NCISM Second Phase Dravyaguna Syllabus Developing Committee, 1st to 3rd February 2023 at IIT New Delhi. Sir, his expertise and includes thorough knowledge handling analytical instruments like DC, HPTLC, UPLC, UV spectrophotometer, various microscopes, flame photometer, and refractometer, etc. He, sir, has been a scientific journal reviewer at Journal of Drug Research in Ayurvedic Sciences, CCRS journal, being an integral part of revival and upgradation of new syllabus of NCSM. We are grateful and looking forward for having deeper insight and understanding of current Dravyaguna syllabus. So I request Dr. Manjunath sir to please begin with the today's presentation. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Lakshmi Madam. And I also extend my thanks to Dr. Shraddha Madam and Dr. Shukla ji and all the this Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad committee. So let me share the PPT. I think it is visible now.
Yeah,
Okay.
clear. Yeah.
Thank you. So as you all already started, dealing the practicals of second year BMS new syllabus. So today I'm here to, some may have some doubts and, difficulties in conducting practicals. So I will clear some few doubts here. So basically the practicals which we framed, which includes understanding of fundamentals of Dravyaguna and quality control measurements and identification features of the medicinal plant and then understanding of various karmas and clinical applications of Ayurvedic drugs. So these all points were included and framed this particular syllabus. So first, as you already started, the first, uh, what we call it as a session. So here we included the understanding of fundamentals of Dravyaguna like Mahabhuta, Rasaguna, etc. So here these practicals were included for understanding the examinations of various modern tools like the Parthivatva, Mahabhuta examinations under the Parthivatva. So the Parthivatva of the Dravyas are examined based on the density and specific gravity. The principle is very simple. If the particular Dravya which is having higher the density and higher the specific gravity, the particular Dravya possesses the Parthivatva. So these examinations will include bulk density assessment and specific gravity assessment. The requirement of these particular practicals are the bulk density apparatus and pycnometer, weight balance, and powder drug. So this particular practicals carries the 2 hours. Here the drugs are which included are Sashi Shrunkala, Sariva, Vidhari, Maricha, Shatavari, Jambu, Goduma, and Ushira. Here the 4 Parthiva Dravyas and 4 non-Parthiva Dravyas need to be studied. So this is what all these SOPs are activities how need to be performed, which is available. Like Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia of India and even some of the WHO monographs, all these procedures are available. To examine the bulk density, the density is very simple. You all know that this is mass by volume. So what is the mass with respect to the volume? So that is density. Here the official part of the drugs need to be taken in the powder form and need to be examined the density. The required materials are powder drug, measuring cylinder, bulk density apparatus, and weighing balance. So for example, if you taken the 10 gram of the powder and it has to be filled with the measuring cylinder, what is the volume it will take? So that is what called as density, bulk density. So similarly, specific gravity. So here the specific gravity can be conducted in two, based on the what type of materials you are using. Like if it is a liquid, the pressure is different, and if it is a powder, the pressure is different. Here we are taking the powder as well as liquid. The specific gravity is nothing but density of the sample divided by density of the sample in water. So that is what called as specific gravity. If the particular sample is taken the powder, what is the weight in air? The similar quantity of the powder, what is the weight in water? So that is what called as specific gravity. So here the requirements are the pycnometer or the specific gravity bottle, density of water, and fine powder. The examination need to be conducted with the fine powder if the powder you are examining. If the liquid is there, directly you can fill the liquid to the what pycnometer. This is formula which is available already in manual. So this is what the result sheet. So Parthiva Dravya, what is the bulk density, specific gravity, and non-Parthiva. So that is what. So here we done for the our student. This is what the result. So we have done 6 Dravyas among the 8. Vidhari, Shatavari, Goduma are the Parthiva Dravya. Sariva, Maricha, and Ushira are the non-Parthiva Dravya. So the Vidhari, Shatavari, Goduma, the bulk densities were 0.7, 0.54, 0.76, and Sariva 0.61, 0.64, 0.34, and respective specific gravity 1.34, 1.42, 1.47. So when you compare the Parthiva and non-Parthiva, so you know the result depict that the density and the specific gravity of the Parthiva Dravyas are more compared to the non-Parthiva Dravya. So this is what students need to be learned. So similarly, the second practical that is assessment and understanding the Jaliyatva of the Dravyas. Here the Jala are assessed based on the viscosity, specific gravity, and moisture content. The principle is very simple here. The more the viscosity, less the Jala, and more the specific gravity, more the Jala, and more the moisture content, more the Jala. So this was the principle. The requirements are viscometer, that is Ostwald viscometer, specific gravity, hot air oven, weighing balance, powder drug, or Swarasa, if at all you are assessing the viscosity. So viscosity need to be assessed from the Swarasa only. You can't take the Kashaya or anything else. So the drugs which we include are Kumari, Vidari, Sariva, Shunti, Ikshu, Ushira, Kamala, and Apamarga. Here also same 4 Jala Mahabhuta Pradhana Dravya and 4 non-Jala Mahabhuta Pradhana Dravya. If the viscosity of the above drugs are not feasible, the teacher can select the any other Jala Dravyas where the official part of the Dravya must be Swarasa, so that you can assess the viscosity, and you can assess the other Swarasa Dravya with non Jala Mahabhuta Dravya, so that you can compare between the Jala and non-Jala Dravyas. So this is what the viscosity assessment. So I told, it is the required materials are Ostwald viscometer. So for this experiment, you need to assess the either Swarasa. First, you need to assess the specific gravity of the Swarasa and the time flow from mark A to B. So in the viscometer, I think everyone has seen the viscometer, Ostwald viscometer. The time flow from mark A to B. So that is what we need to note it down in compared with the water. So this is formula L is equal to NW into PL and TL divided by PW and TW. So in manual there was other formula were presented. So you can refer this particular formula which is available in online. So next has the one more important parameter is specific gravity and moisture content. So moisture content based on the hot air oven, where you need to expose the particular drugs powder form for a 5 hours continuous 105 degrees Celsius, so that you can note out the moisture content. Okay, then this is what we done in our students. So we have examined 6 dravyas, Kumari, Vidari, Sariva, Shunti, Ardraka we have taken, and Ikshu and Ushira. So the viscosity of Ardraka was 1.37 and Ikshu 1.04, Ushira 1.2, and specific gravity 1.3, Vidari, Sari 1.5, and Shunti 1.6, and Ushira 0.9. The moisture content 8.7, Udari, and Sariva 8.5, and Shunti 7.9, and Ushira 9.6. So this is what the Jaliyatva viscosity will be less, and the specific gravity will be more, and moisture content will be more compared to the non-Jaliya Dravyas. So similarly, the third practical, which is Agniyatva assessment. So here the Agni Mahabhuta need to be studied based on the pH and moisture content. The principle again here, the particular drug possesses more of acidic or more of basic, probably containing the Agneya Dravya, and the less moisture content may containing the Agneya. So that's what the interpretation here. The requirements are hot air oven, pH meter, weighing balance, and powder drug. These SOPs are the guidelines are available in Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia of India. Here the pH examination of the drug need to be taken in 1% of the powder. Then the drugs need to be studied are Shunti, Shatavari, Maricha, Dataki, Chitraka, Gokshura, Hingu, and Chandana. So again, four Agni Mahabhuta and four non-Agni Mahabhuta. So here the result which we have done, the Shunti pH is 5.1 and Maricha 6.4, Chitraka 5.9, Hingu 5.8. These all are four Agni Mahabhuta Dravyas and other three are Shatavari 5.89 and Shatavari and Gokshura 6.25, Chandana 6.72. And similarly moisture content again Agni Mahabhuta Dravya 7.9, 7.7, 7.2 and 3.7. So again pH will be acidic towards acidic in Agni Mahabhuta and other are towards basic. So that's what we have observed in the for this particular practical. And similarly Vayu assessment. Here the assessment of the Vayu will be done based on the fat content present and moisture content and bulk density. The more the Vayu, less the fat and more the moisture content and less bulk density. So that is what the principle here. The requirement are petroliometer, water bath, bulk density apparatus and pycnometer. Then the drugs are Ushira, Ashwagandha, Nimba, Vidari, Khadira, Tila, Jambu and Kapikachu. So Ushira, Nimba, Khadira and Jambu are the Vayu Mahavata Dravya and other four are non-Vayu Mahavata Dravya. So this is what we have observed. So Ushira, the fat content was 0.1, Ashwagandha 0.2%, Nimba, Khadira, Jambu, okay, these were very less or absent, the fat content compared to the other non-Vayu Mahavata Dravya like Ashwagandha 0.2, Vidari, okay, the Tila 25% and Kapikachu 23%. Density, Ushira 0.3 and Nimba 0.4, Khadira 0.4, Jambu not done. And other dravyas were Nimba, okay, the Ashwagandha 0.45, Vidari 0.7, Tila 0.5. So that's what we have done. And the specific gravity again, more the specific gravity, less Vayuvatva. So that's what we have done. And similarly, the Akashiyatva. So here the Akasha Mahabhuta examined based on the density. The more the density, less the Akasha. So the drugs here are Ushira, Kumari, Apamarga, Jiraka and Jatamansi. So Ushira we have done 0.34 bulk density, Jiraka 0.49 and Jatamansi 0.34. So Akash Mahabhuta, Ushira and Jatamansis are less compared to the Jiraka that is non-Akasha 0.49. So that is about the Mahabhuta. Next set of practicals are assessment of Guna. So here the Guna we actually include Guru Lagu and Snigdha Ruksha because these are easy to identification. The Guru and Lagu Guna examination done based on the specific gravity and density. The required materials are specific gravity bottle and density apparatus. The drugs need to be studied are Guru, Shatavari and Bala, Lagu, Yava and Dhanyaka. So procedure already I told and this is what the result we observed. Shatavari, Bala, Yava and Dhanyaka 0.54 bulk density, Bala 0.55, Yava 0.52 and Dhanyaka 0.33. And specific gravity again, Guru Gunas are having more specific gravity and density compared to the Lagu Gunas, Dravyas. So this one 1.34, 1.5, 1.23 and 1.21. Excuse me. Hello. Hello. Sorry for disturbing. Okay. Okay. Next assessment is Snigdha and Ruksha Guna. So here the Snigdha and Ruksha Guna need to be estimated based on the determination of total fat content, moisture content, and swelling index. The required materials are fat content estimation, that is petroliometer, moisture content by hot air oven, and swelling index. as per the WHO monograph. The drugs need to be studied are Snigdhaguna, Tila, and Eranda, and Ruksha, Kulatta, and Vidanga. So this is what the SOPs which are present in WHO monograph. The swelling index, we required the fine powder, weighing balance, and measuring cylinder. The pressure is 2 gram of the sample, dried and fine powder, 425 micron, and dispersed into the 100 ml measuring cylinder, and add the distilled water, and minimum or 10 minutes must be passed, and these steps are followed by the 2 grams of addition of drug, and then the covered with the this particular cylinder is covered with cover and kept for 16 to 24 hours, and at the next day you can see there will be a increase in the level of the particular drug. So that's what we need to calculate. The calculation is very simple. Swelling index is equal to VW minus VK divided by VK into 100. So that is the reading after the 24 hours divided by initial height of the water. So it's what we have presented in the manual into 100. And drugs we studied for these practicals are Tila, Erenda, Kulatta, and Vidanga. So Tila, the fat contents were 25% and more, Erenda 27%, Kulatta and Vidanga very less are absent. So that indicates the Snigdhatva will be more in Tila and Erenda compared to the non, Snigdha Dravyas. And moisture content 0.5, 0.4, 8.1, and 7.8. Here the Ruksha Gunas are usually having more moisture content because the Rukshatva will be ready for absorbing the water. So that's what we have seen in this particular practical. The Tila were 0.5, 0.4 Erenda, and Kulatta and Vidanga are Ruksha Dravya. They are more absorbing the water. So that's what moisture contents are more here. Swelling index, Tila and Erenda were 40 and 30, and swelling index were very high in Ruksha Gunadravya, that is 180. So that's what we observed. So that is what the student need to be learned. So next practical setup practical is assessment of rasa. So based on classical rasa symptoms. This is what ekala prayoga or assessment of rasa based on taste threshold. So this particular practical again performed by the student. Uh, for feasibility, every student in the group has personally performed the practical and document on the lab book. The student will examine and evaluate the taste characters of any pradhana rasadravya, and they will observe and document the classical symptoms presented in the manual, or you can prepare your own manual. All the required materials for the this particular practical need to be prepared, like powder drug, distilled water, etc. prior to the this particular practical. So this what manuals already available here. How you need to be done the this particular threshold test. Okay, so each rasa need to be assessed based on the symptoms and need to be documented. So at the end, you can document whether the particular rasa, how much score will be. And the next set of practicals are organoleptic or macroscopic examinations of total 97 drugs which are listed in paper 2. So here the official part of the drug need to be taken, and this every student need to be performed individually. The comparative organoleptic character like this taste, color, smell, sound, touch, and macroscopic like size, shape, fracture, external markings like lenticels, ridges, nodes, furrow, etc. Of all the 97 drugs, along with if at all the adulterants are available, that also need to be compared with the genuine drug and need to be studied. These all standards are available in Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia of India, so you can compare and need to be elaborately explained to the student. So every student in the group has personally performed the practical and document on the logbook. And the fifth practical is microscopic identification of genuine and adulterated drug. Here the only two drug need to be studied. Every drug among the two, first drug need to be taken, one genuine and one adulteration. And both the drugs are comparatively need to be performed. This particular practical again performed by the student, like genuine and adulterated drug official part need to be taken. Like in the syllabus, we have given Manjista, Vidanga, Lavanga, Vasa. Any of the two drugs can be taken. May not be these listed drugs. Some regions these particular drugs may not be available, so you can take any of the two drugs along with the adulterated drugs. The microscopy you require and magnifying lens, if at all you require. The references, you can refer the quality standards of Indian medicinal plants where the microscopic structure also available, or you can refer any of the journals recently published data. So every student in the group has personally performed the practical and document on the lab book. And the next setup of practical is demonstrations of skill to identify the medicinal plant in college garden. Here the college garden plant need to be identified, the drugs which are listed in their syllabus, 97 drugs. So by actively engaging the plant identification exercise, the student can develop the practical skill and deepen their understanding of the plant morphology, characteristic and therapeutic properties. So this actually carries the 10 hours. The key aspects in demonstrations are plant morphology, characters, family, taxonomy, and field guidelines, and observational skill and documentation, practical plant identification exercise, and safety consideration whenever they are in the field or in front of the plant. So all these to be given brief, and student need to be observed the each plant. So in the manual or the journal, so what is the plant they have identified and their botanical name, family, and key features of that particular plant. So all need to be presented in the this particular journal. All the 97 drugs which are there in the garden. And similarly, the out campus visit, this is field visit. So where the visit need to be comprised of different activities, not only the plant identification, because in their syllabus they are also included the cultivation techniques and brief about the tissue culture, herbaria preparation, pharmacognosy, and quality control lab. So all these are newly introduced. So they also need to be thorough about all these parameters. So the field visit need to be planned in corporations with different department like Rashastra and Vaisheshya Kalpana and even Swastharutta. So at a time they can plan and they can conduct the field visit. Here the objective of the practical is to highlight the values of out-campus visits in enhancing the student understanding the plant cultivation, plant preservation technique, quality control measures. So these visits provide the student to first hand experience about the real life settings and enable them to bridge the gap between the theoretical knowledge and practical application. So they came to know what is the difference between wild plant and their cultivated plant. And the cultivated garden also student need to be visit. Here the witness about the techniques and organic farming, hydroponics, greenhouse cultivation, or different cultivation techniques they came to know. And interactions with the gardener and expert provider valuable insight into the plant care, how need to taken the care, and pest control, harvesting technique, everything. So all these need to be learned by the student. And the tissue culture lab, here the student need to learn about the different tissue culture if the endangered species are there, how we need to be propagation of that particular plant. So lab need to be visited for the propagation technique, micro propagation, callus culture, somatic embryogenesis, all need to be thoroughly elaborately need to be learned. And all these need to be presented in their journal. So each visit, what they learned and what are the different techniques and what are the new addition they have learned, that need to be documented in the journal. And herbaria visits, so here they came to know about how they are preparing the herbariums, like understanding the herbarium techniques, plant pressing, mounting, labeling, etc. And in quality control lab, so they came to know about the different quality control measures of plant, like identification, extraction, isolation, and characterizations of the bioactive compounds and microbial analysis, etc. And can witness about the applications of various analytical techniques in chromatography, spectroscopy, microscopy, etc. And understanding the process of standardization, quality assessment, herbal medicines, all these new be learned and which are must for the pharmaceutical industry. So that's what the visit concentrated. And in the forest demonstration, here the natural habitat plant, how they are differ with the cultivated one. So that need to be learned. And in this particular, practical, they also need to prepare the digital herbaria. So they need to, take the photography with geotag. So during the visit also they can perform the in this particular activity, or during their college garden visit also they can perform the, taking the videograph pictures of this particular plant. And the eighth practical is Ekala Dravya Prayoga. So all the three terms, so every term, the student need to perform the five cases, total 50 cases. So this particular practical hours carries the 12 hours per term. So here the Ekala Dravya, the single drug therapy, the student need to be perform this. So this approach focuses on specific properties and therapeutic benefits of the individual medicinal plant. The activity here, the student need to be given the masked case sheet, or if at all the particular individual having the good number of cases, they can go to the ward and they can collect their case history and they can plan for the treatment. And case masked case sheet which are given in syllabus, so that also can be provided. The students are provided with the masked case sheet containing clinical information related to the various diseases or conditions. The case sheet will be concealed the identity of the herb or the treatment. The physicians already presented on the treatment, so that has to be concealed, and all the other disease information need to be presented. And the case study analysis, the student will analyze the masked case sheet and study the symptoms of the dosha and other factors, and identify the appropriate ekala dravya which are apt for that particular case. And they will be considered for therapeutic properties, and they also assess the like which rasa is best, which guna, etc. need to be assessed, and they have to plan. The selection of ekala dravya based on their analysis, the student will select the suitable ekala dravya from the provided options of the each case. The selection should align with the principles of Ayurveda and specific need of the patient. The treatment plan, the student will design the comprehensive treatment plan using the chosen ekala dravya, considering the factors like matra, okay, duration, potential interactions with their food or any other drugs, all need to be assessed. And after the end of the case, the student need to be present and discuss with the teacher. The student will present their chosen ekala dravya and treatment plan, explaining the rationale behind that particular plant selection, and there will be discussion among the student as well as faculty, exploring their different perspective and gain the insight of the Ayurvedic treatment approach. The benefit of this, you all know, the enhancing the understanding of the therapeutic uses and developing critical thinking of the treatment, and promote the personalized medicine, and encouraging the exploration and utilization of the traditional Ayurvedic knowledge in the clinical settings. So this what in manual which is available. So every case need to be assessed their dosha, etc., and they can plan the treatment. And the ninth practical is physicochemical analysis of the medicinal plant. So till now we have seen the understanding of fundamentals. So here onwards we need to assess the quality control measures of the plant, like physical characters and chemical characters, how need to be done. Here the minimum 2 drug need to be study as per the Ayurvedic pharmacopoeia. The methods are available there. The test need to be done: foreign matter, loss and drying, ash value, extract, etc. So minimum 2 drugs they are to perform. Official part of the two drugs need to be studied: their foreign matter, loss and drying, ash value, extracts. The benefit of this particular practical is to check the quality and purity of the medicinal plant. So these tests provide the valuable insight of the physical and chemical properties of the plant, and incorporating the physicochemical analysis in the evaluation process enhance the consumer confidence and promote the standardization practices. Then the 10th practical is phytochemical examination. This also done by the student only. So the requirements are chemical reagents, the phytochemicals, various phytochemicals. The qualitative estimation need to be done. Minimum 2 plants. So the 2 plants need to be like extract which they are already done on the previous practical, like their physicochemical estimation. They have taken the extract. The same extract can be performed by the phytochemical examination. Like extract taken in topic 9, physicochemical test can be conducted here. And the 11th one is chromatographic technique, the thin layer chromatographic technique. This again demonstration to get the knowledge about the principle and applications of thin layer chromatography and analyzing the extract. So here the same extract in topic 9 or the 10, that the extract can be taken for the TLC study. So here the student can learn about the preparation of TLC plate, or the pre-coated TLC plate can also be used. This TLC provides the reliable separations of visualizations of the methods of the analyzing the plant extract. By studying these the techniques, the student can gain the valuable insight about the chemical compositions of medicinal plant, how they can separate. And the 15th one is cultivation technique. Here the cultivation technique in compared with the Ruksha Ayurveda. So modern, what is the difference and how they do difference with the Ruksha Ayurveda, that has to be demonstrated to the student. So it carries the 6 hours. Here to highlight the importance of adopting the suitable cultivation techniques for the medicinal plant, it is to demonstrate the traditional and modern methods used in cultivation process with specific focus on practice mentioned in Ruksha Ayurveda. So by understanding these techniques, the one we can enhance our knowledge of sustainable and eco-friendly approach to the medicinal plant. So the student can learn whether the Ruksha Ayurveda techniques are good or modern techniques are good. So they came to know. So that has to be demonstrated to the student. So different cultivation techniques are available, like that has to be demonstrated to student. Like adopting the suitable cultivation techniques is essential for the success of cultivation. Understanding the Ruksha Ayurveda techniques. Additionally, organic cultivation, hydroponics, aeroponics, or agroforestry. So all these need to be demonstrated to the student. By combining the traditional wisdom, the modern techniques, so we can enhance the quality, yield, or sustainability. So that has to be importance of this particular practical. And the 16th one is the network pharmacology. So this is actually the applications of our knowledge of medicinal plant. So this is actually conducted in digital library. So this is only the student can perform this particular practical. So this is set of skill or the activities. So already we have presented in the manual. So objective of this particular practical is to provide the demo and overview of the exercise of network pharmacology, understand the drug target interactions and the disease mechanism. So this will be include the 4 activities. The first activity is data mining and active constituents. The data mining involves the extracting the relevant information from the database or literature or public resources. So like for example, the particular component or the bioactive compound of the particular drug or the plant need to be collected from the online resources like PubMed, IMPAT or PubChem. So with that particular active constituents, so they can again identify the target of that particular chemical. Like once you active constituents of the are identified, the next step is to determine their target protein and biomolecules. The various computational tools or database such as binding DB can help for the identification of the target, and the target identification helps in understanding the specific biological pathways. And the third activity is identification of particular disease gene. So once you identify the target, then which disease they are affinity, so that need to be identification. So in this network pharmacology, this is a crucial for the identification of gene. So the tools are this gene net which are free. So student can explore this particular websites, and they can identify the gene and their disease in relation. That's what require the disease related genetic information. By identifying the disease gene, researcher can gain the insight of the molecule mechanism and underlying the disease development and progression. And the fourth activity is there any particular pathway is existing or not? So this is what called as gene ontology enhancement analysis by KEGG pathway or R ratio. So that particular interaction is really existing or not. So that will be came to know by this particular activity. And the last one is network construction. So once you have all these data, with the help of some online free software, you can construct the network like string which is available or cytoscope which are free. So with that you can construct the network, so that the student can learn the particular drug in what are the disease they are having the affinity, and they can predict the hypothetically they can predict how this particular drug is effective. So this is what the network pharmacology. The benefit of this particular practical is it helps the systematic approach to unreveal the molecular mechanism underlying the drug action and disease pathway, and predicting the drug action and hypothesize the drug target, and helps in assessing our Ayurvedic treatment. So this is what the network pharmacology. And the last one is digital herbaria. So here the student need to prepare the minimum 10 digital herbarium. Uh, the procedure is very simple. The student first preparing the digital herbarium collections of and selection of the particular plant specimen, and student carefully collect the plant samples and ensure they represent various species, morphological variation and geographical distribution. The student need to be collect the photography with geotag with all the organs like leaf, stem, flower, okay, then the fruit or any other typical characters are there. So everything need to be collected. So one plant may not be collected in one day. Like rainy season there will be a leaf will be more, or stem will be typical, or in fruiting season. So every season they have to visit the plant and they have to collect the each organ of the particular plant, and all these pictures are at the end they have to present it in a one sheet with all the herbal information that has to be submitted to the teacher. So the teacher will take the observation and they may made the signature. This is what the digital herbaria. So capturing the digital images, the images of the plant specimen, high resolution camera can be used and multiple photographs can be taken, like includes the leaves, sprouts, flower, stem, etc., bark, and geotagging. Okay, so that is what the total sets of practicals which are presented in the this year NCSM Dravyaguna syllabus. So I think this is practical distribution. Wall no paper marks distribution, the theory 2 paper 200 and practical carries 100 marks and Viva 70 and internal IA 30. So total 400 and practical assessment will go to the practical distribution. So here the practical there will be a 3 sets of practical need to be performed by the student. The one is spottings and skill based assessment and quality control practicals. Under the spottings, the 15 dry drug and 15 wet drug, one each from the different parts need to be given to the examination. And number of questions are 1 and time taken are 30 minutes. So here they can, ask the identify the specimen and their botanical name and family. And skill based assessment, here the student need to be given the few drugs and their assessment of grahya and agrahya lakshanas, whether the given drug is genuine or adulterant, and they need to identify what is the best one. And Mishraka Ganas, so they also give the some set of drugs and they need to ask for the identify the Mishraka Ganas among the set of dravyas. Or clinical scenario, Ekamolika Prayoga, you give the mass application and they can plan for the treatment. And third set of practicals need to perform by the student is microscopic genuine and adulterated drug. So you need to give the genuine and adulterated drug and they have to perform this particular practical. And this one Panchamavatik or Guna assessment, their pH or specific gravity. So all these need to be given and this carries the 2 hours for one particular student. And the marks are 30 for spotting, 30 for skill based assessment and quality controls are 30 plus 10. So total 100 marks. And Viva 70 marks. So it Viva for each student is 10 minutes. So number of questions will be almost 10, 11, 12 to 12 questions, like fundamentals 3 questions and karma, dashamani, mishraka 3 questions, pharmacology and network pharmacology 3, clinical application 3, and practical records. So on Viva, so that is 1 or 2. So total carries communication skill 4 to total 70. So that is about the total practical. So this is about the practical. So if you have any doubts, you can have discussion now.
Thank you, sir, for your presentation. Now the forum is open for the discussion. Any query, if anyhow.
Dr. Minaji, I think there are some queries in the chat box. Please read it out and Dr. Manjunath sir can reply on that.
Okay, sir. Clarification needed about more moisture content in Ruksha Dravya.
More moisture. Ruksha Dravya mein jo what we included here, Ruksha Dravya. So here the particular Ruksha Dravyas are having more moisture content and compared to the non-Ruksha Dravya. So that's what we need to assess here.
Okay. Sir, please elaborate Ekal Dravya sheet.
Okay. So here that's what masked case sheet need to be given. So masked case sheet means the patient identity and the treatment plan which is prepared by the treating physician need to be masked, and all other disease information all need to be presented in the masked case, and the student need to be assessed each case on their dosha or other factors, and they can plan for the treatment. So that's what the this Ekala Prayoga. So all the sets of questions are already given on the manual, or you can plan your you can plan and you can prepare your own manual based on the your requirement. Okay, we actually given the general manual where all sets of identification need to be conducted. So that's what we are given in manual. So you need to assess the dosha or their rogi, and all other factors need to be assessed. I hope it's clear now. Any more questions? Okay, some charts. Okay, I shall see the chart box. Shall I take the question one by one?
Please go ahead.
Okay. So clarification, Ruksha, that is completed. And next is elaborate Ekala Dravya sheet. And okay, the sir explain the relation between fat content and Vayuvetva. So here the more the fat content, less Vayuvetva. So that is the principle. So Vayu ज़्यादा रहेगा तो fat कम रहता है. So that's what we need to assess here. And next is kindly provide the insight on network pharmacology exercise. So this is simple exercise. So we actually given a video link. The YouTube में एक video available है. So you can go through the videos, and once the students are good in this network pharmacology, they can prepare their own net construction in the network. Okay. So if at all if the organizer willing, so I can have one more detailed session on network pharmacology, how you that can be performed. So in future days, we will plan that. In one session, it is impossible. So for that, internet high speed internet chahiye, and all the primary works need to be done. We will plan in another session. And please share the link. Okay, which link you want? Okay, that videography I will share now. Let me see that.
Any more questions?
So I'm sharing the video link. Okay, you can go through this. There are two parts are there, so easy to perform that.
Dr. Rajan.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Sir, I just wanted to ask, जो हमारा डिजिटल हर्वेरियम प्रिंटेड स्टूडेंट देंगे फैकल्टी को, उसमें जियो टैग मेंशन करना है, कैसे होगा वो?
नहीं सर, आप जो फोटो लेते हैं ना, स्टूडेंट जब फोटो लेते हैं ना, तभी वो जियो टैग एनेबल करके फोटो लेना चाहिए. तो हर ऑर्गन का फोटो लेके एट द एंड दे हैव टू पेस्ट ऑन वन A4 साइज पेपर, and that has to be taken the print. They have to one corner they have to mention all the herbaria information, and at the end the staff need to be take the signature.
Yes, sir. But geotag, sir, how can they mention the geotag in it?
While taking the pictures, the geotag, when they enable the there is a separate applications available in Android or even other mobiles. So once they install the geotag application, so with that they have take the pictures, and there will be mentioned about the altitude, latitude, place of image taken, and date and time. Everything will be presented there.
Yes.
So that is required, because some students will copy it from the seniors or other things. So
Yes,
once
sir.
they enable the geotag, it can be avoided.
Thanks. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So please give the insight about the assessment of pressure and threshold. So that's what rasa assessment threshold experiment which is available already in online. So how need to be done? This is a voluntary experiment. Okay, you can prepare the group among the students, 5 member per group, and they can plan for 6 research in one particular practical, and they can rotate about the in next future coming practicals. So five student, one group they take on Madhur Rasa, and next group will take the Sikh Rasa, like that they have to take. And they have to assess the one will be volunteer, one will be monitoring, one will be documenting. So this is how you need to perform the Ekala Dravya Prayoga. Okay, so it is very difficult to perform the Ekamolika Prayoga without Dravyaguna OPD. You can plan, you can, so that's what I told, this is voluntary or it is, open. So you can have the Dravyaguna OPD or Dravyaguna specialized OPD. Along with that, you can have the Ekamolika or you can, take the masked case sheet.
Sir, I have one query.
Okay, madam.
There is, for the assessment of Parthiv Dravya, Madhur Rasatmak Dravya has the Prithvi plus Jal Mahabhut predominance, while the Kashar Rasatmak Dravya has Prithvi and Vayu Mahabhut predominance.
Okay.
Then it is comparable, both of them, on the basis of Parthivatva or more or less.
Here you need to take the Parthiva Pradhana Dravya and you need to assess it, ma'am. So here the logic is these particular parameters which we included, whether they are up to this examination of this drug or not. So if the particular dravyas which you are examining, if they are giving the more of that particular result, so that can be opt. Otherwise, you can change the dravyas, or the student can think logically, or they can come up with the new ideas. So how they can assess this particular Mahabhuta. So that's what the idea of implementing this particular practical. This is an initiation or stimulations to the student, so they can think logically how they can come with the new ideas. So that's what we actually given some stimulations to the student in think in this logical way, because in previously we never think about how we can assess our fundamentals of Dravyaguna in current parameter. So here we actually given some stimulations to think in logic way.
Okay,
So
sir.
whether this particular practical or the applications may not be opt in some dravyas, but they may come up with a new idea. So that is what the logic we actually implementing these particular practicals. I hope it's clear now.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Any question?
Okay.
I think most of the audience satisfied with sir's presentation. I think so. No more questions are here.
No, if at all any doubts are there, you can personally, ask the questions. I also there in the International Dravyaguna group, and I thank the Shuklaji and Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad committee, Dr. Shraddha madam and all the members, giving an opportunity to show or share my views on this particular practical. Thank you.
Dr.
What
Manjunath,
to?
sir, as you
Madam.
suggested, we are going to take next lecture of yours only on this network pharmacology. So you decide the date. Generally, we have fixed the date for this VAP-Sambhasha, which are the person doing all subjects Sambhasha. So we avoid the classes or date. 7th of every month is fixed for Dravyaguna. So if you have time, so then 7th August of the next month, after 1 month, we can have your next lecture on the network pharmacology, if you're comfortable. So we will discuss offline and we plan accordingly. In time you decide, then we'll go ahead for that. Okay?
Sure, sir. We'll discuss and we'll plan it, sir.
Yes, sure.
Okay.
Sir, how to join International Dravyaguna group?
And I will admit you. Send me your phone number. Write down my number. I will admit you in that group. Okay?
Yes, sir. Excuse me, sir. Sir, do we get the recorded lecture of this particular live session?
We have the facility, have recorded this lecture, and after this program and in 2 days time, after editing the video, we will share in the output. Okay? Which Ayurveda Parishad group we will share.
Okay, no more questions are here, sir. Anyone can interested to give the insight on same topic? Dr. Vinod Patange. Vinod Patange, sir.
Yes, madam.
Any insight from your side?
No, madam, nothing while going for the master case sheet, some problems are arising. So I think most of the problems Manjunath sir explained very well, and this type of lecture definitely improve our skills. And thank you very much, sir, for such a nice
Thank you, sir.
presentation. Yes, sir.
Dr. Meena, madam, one of the most senior person, Dr. I think K.R. Rahman, Kulil Rahman sir of Podar, ex-professor of Podar Hospital has joined this meeting. And he is very good in the pharmacognosy and industry also. So if he has to say something, his experience, he can also share. Professor Rahman sir, if he is hearing me, please comment your views on this. Dr. Rahman sir. श्रीवास्तव मैडम भी पपरोड़ा से ज्वाइन हुई हैं, जयपुर से डॉक्टर नथानी जी हैं, डॉक्टर राउत हैं रायपुर से। आप लोगों को कुछ इनपुट देना तो ठीक है, नहीं तो हम लोग प्रोग्राम के नेक्स्ट पार्ट में चलते हैं। और बहुत अच्छा प्रोग्राम रहा, बहुत अच्छा प्रेजेंटेशन रहा मंजुनाथ जी का, शॉर्ट एंड स्वीट। और इससे बहुत सारी क्वेरीज थे इसके ऊपर। डॉक्टर हेगड़े का लेक्चर पे हो गया था मंजुनाथ जी, लेकिन फिर भी लोगों को था कि अभी सेटिस्फाइड नहीं थे। मुझे लगता है आज के लेक्चर के बाद ये लोग जब लोग करना शुरू करेंगे प्रैक्टिकल्स, तो धीरे धीरे करने से आएगा। प्रैक्टिकल तो करने से आएगा, पढ़े उसको करें बार बार तो हो जाएगा, मुझे लगता है।
हाँ सर,
मेरा भी यही अनुभव है सर जी, कि जब हम परफॉर्म करने लगे हैं ना, तो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग लग रहा है। ये प्रैक्टिकल्स बहुत अच्छे लग रहे हैं।
हाँ सर, वो स्टूडेंट भी बहुत खुश रहे सर,
बहुत खुश
जब
है।
हम हाँ सर, हम जब करते हैं ना तो
सिलेबस इज वेरी नाइसली डिजाइन।
अभी उनको लगता है थोड़ा साइंस भी आ गया है। पहले को प्लांट देखते थे, अभी वो क्या टेस्ट ट्यूब, माइक्रोस्कोप और ऑपरेटर्स देखते हैं तो उनको लगता है दे आर इन साइंस नाउ।
यस।
Sir, please share the link of international group WhatsApp, please.
It is not possible here. Please write down number and send your request. Okay, your designation, name, college. Then only faculties can be added there, not the PG scholars. Okay. If you are faculty,
okay, sir. Yes, sir, I am faculty. Yes, sir, associate professor from Shriram Mahavidyalaya.
Yeah, please write down my number and send the request there. We will add. It's 820. Yeah, it's 820. I will write down a chat box. Take from there, okay? For everyone.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Anybody else? किसी को और कोई क्वेरी हो या अपने व्यूज रखना चाह रहे हो तो इट इज ओपन, दिस फोरम इज ओपन फॉर डिस्कशन।
Okay, some are asking PPT. I will share the PPT.
Okay, sir. हाँ, yes, sir. Yes, yes. अनिल सर, अभी हम क्लोज कर सकते हैं?
Yes, yes, please. Thanks. Officially Thanksgiving आपके तरफ से है, तो आपके करके क्लोज कर सकते हैं साथी बनते के साथ।
जी सर, जी। सबसे पहले विश्व आयुर्वेद परिषद, I would like to explain my gratitude towards विश्व आयुर्वेद परिषद। ये जो उपक्रम शुरू हुआ था उससे 2 साल हो चुके हैं। पहले हम कंट्रोवर्शियल ड्रग पे हमारी संभाषा होती थी, और अभी जो है NCISM का जो सिलेबस चेंज हुआ है और काफी लोगों को प्रॉब्लम्स आ रही है, तो विश्व आयुर्वेद परिषद ने उस पे डिस्कशन स्टार्ट कर दिया है। और नेचुरली एज अनिल सर सेड कि प्रीवियस लेक्चर में कुछ क्वेरीज रह गई थी सभी फैकल्टीज को, तो ये जो मंजुनाथ सर ने एक्सप्लेन किया है, इट वाज वेरी वेल एक्सप्लेन बाय हिम। और वो यूजी का सिलेबस मैंने पहली बार देखा है, क्योंकि ऑल इंडिया में सिर्फ पीजी और पीएचडी है, लेकिन मुझे ही खुद बहुत अच्छा लगा, बहुत इंटरेस्ट आया और सर ने बहुत अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन किया। सो ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ विश्व आयुर्वेद परिषद, आई वुड लाइक टू express my gratitude towards Manjunath sir. Thank you, Anil sir, for your inputs for carrying this Vishwa Ayurved Parishad द्रव्यगुण संभाषा। सभी जो गुरुजन यहाँ ज्वाइन हुए हैं, विनोद पतंगे सर और कमल नायक, रहमान सर, all senior members, Tarun sir, Nathani sir, all the members, thank you for your participation. and is naturally thanks to Shraddha and Rashmi. एंड हम हमेशा शांति मंत्र से करते हैं, तो शांति मंत्र के साथ इस संभाषा का हम समापन करेंगे। ओम सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। सभी विद्वज्जनों को मेरा नमस्कार और शुभ रात्रि। धन्यवाद।
सबको नमस्कार एंड थैंक यू अगेन टू डॉक्टर मंजुनाथ सर। आई थिंक उनका लेक्चर पहले होना था लेकिन कुछ प्रॉब्लम आने से पोस्टपोन हुआ। मुझे कई फोन आए बीच में, डॉक्टर मंजुनाथ सर का लेक्चर कब होगा कब होगा। मैंने कहा जल्दी होने वाला है, हो जाएगा, क्योंकि क्या फिर हमने डेट फिक्स कर रखी है, तो हमने कहा आप 7th को ही करेंगे क्या, दूसरा करने से भी अल्टरनेट से लास्ट 4 दिन से अलग अलग सब्जेक्ट्स की संभाषाएं हो रही हैं, तो हम बीच में इसको इनकॉर्पोरेट नहीं कर पा रहे थे। तो अगले 7th को फिर मिलेंगे और आप सब लोग जुड़िए, और आप सबसे रिक्वेस्ट है कि आप सब लोग विश्व साहित्य परिषद भी ज्वाइन कीजिए साथ में। और विश्व साहित्य परिषद अभी सभी स्टेट में द्रव्यगुण की भी कमिटीज बना रही हैं, ऐसे हर सभी कमिटीज बन रही हैं, तो आप सबके एक्टिव पार्टिसिपेशन में आप सबका योगदान चाहिए। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, नमस्कार।
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it was a nice presentation, Dr. Manjunath. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Okay, yeah.
So we should end the today's meeting.
Okay, okay.
Thank
Okay,
you,
sir.
thank you one and
Thank
all once again.
Thank you, sir.